Different locations. Well, just me this time. That's weird, isn't it? Isn't moving fun?
Moving is fun. Hey, look
Do
at
you know
that.
how many people?
Co-host has subbed to me again. I win.
God damn you.
Hey, rookie. Hey, average.
I have surprised. Howdy, fellas. I have surprised so many people with the fact that I moved. It is kind of staggering. I won't lie.
Yeah, it's almost as if somehow your friends didn't do a wellness check on you at all to realize, hey, you were gone.
No. Nobody cares.
You moved? What? No, you're joking. Yeah, I'm joking. I moved all of my stuff to a different house just for a prank.
That was
Could you imagine
straight up the conversation I had with a guy last night.
Do it for the bit.
I wish I was kidding when I said that. So I had a buddy so yesterday was Canada Day. Happy Canada Day.
Yeah.
We made it out the hood on this one. Cheers to that. 159 years of 140 years of excellence, and the last 19 have been questionable. But we did pretty good so far. Listen, I have no issues with the current governing party, except for all the issues I have with the current governing party.
Nobody does. Nobody has any issues with it.
That being said, on the day when even the separatists celebrated the country that they want to leave, I had a buddy message me, and he was like, hey, I'm having a Canada Day party tonight. You should come by the house. I've got a fire going right now, about to make some burgers. We're going to walk down, take in the fireworks later. And then, we live close, so we live close together, so you can just stumble home.
No, we don't.
Country no one thinks it.
I think he forgot to say thinks about.
Yeah. I'm not going to justify that with a response. So anyways, we were talking, and I was like, listen, brother, I don't feel like driving across town right now. And I certainly don't feel like driving across town half drunk. That's an interesting take, Rookie. I mean, it's cool, but you should have a timeout about that.
Did you actually?
Oh, I can't time him out because he's a moderator. That sucks. Oh, well.
Wait, what?
Anyways. He's still a mod. I can't time him out.
When the hell did I make him? No, sorry, that genuinely confused me, not the fact that you couldn't time him out. I don't remember making him a moderator.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, it must have been a long time ago. Jesus.
So we were talking about it, and I was like, bro, I'm not driving across town to get drunk. I'm just going to drink at home. Thanks. Have a happy Canada Day, bud. And he was like, what are you talking about? You literally live 4 blocks from me.
Right. He thought you were lying.
And I was like, dude, no, I live in Alphabet Soup now. I am not driving to Varsity Heights to go drinking with you. It's just not happening.
Right. There's no point.
I'm not driving the Camaro.
Yeah.
I'm not driving the truck. It just ain't happening. And so he was like, you are actually fucking with me right now. You live 4 blocks away. And so I told him, I was like, hey, do me a favor. Hop in your car right now. Drive past the house. Tell me what you see there.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm going to see your truck and your Camaro on the driveway. I was like, you won't.
Nope.
But if you really don't believe me, drive past the house.
Yeah.
So he did. And then he messages me half an hour later. He goes, hey, where the fuck is your shit? And I was like,
Gonzo.
It's parked in my garage on the other side of the city.
Yeah.
He was not even my garage. It's parked in Brad and Alexis's garage, which is who I moved in with.
Right.
They're just not here right now, so I have.
You can claim sole
I currently have
for
free. I currently have access to a thing that I don't even really want to use once they're here. We are not both playing Gambling with Friends. He's playing a VOD. We're going to talk about Gambling with Friends. The review on Gambling with Friends that I received earlier was that Gambling with Friends is actually really fun and everybody should gamble with their friends. That was verbatim what I was told in a voice note and would be hilariously read in court. Um,
And nothing
so,
ever went
anyways,
wrong again, except for the night
yeah,
we couldn't remember.
I do own it. So yeah, that whole discussion, it was like an hour, and he was like, "I can't. When did you move?" And I was like, "Literally last Friday." Like I
Yeah.
finished Friday night. I've been moved for the last whatever. At this point, I think we're 6 days. Just got internet today. Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it's, I mean, this all stems from the fact that he didn't believe you. And the
Yeah.
question is why didn't he believe you? Like, there's a lot of things that Chris will joke about, but some things Chris will not joke about, and moving is not one of them because you genuinely enjoy moving.
This guy doesn't have enough of a track record with me to know when I'm actually joking.
It
And
sounds
also,
like,
he's enough of a
given
shitbag that I don't genuinely care that he knows what I'm doing.
given
It's like,
other yeah, given other scenarios and situations you've told me about this guy sounds like a real winner.
yeah, like he's not a bad dude. He's just not someone that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell I'm gonna tell this person what I'm doing while I'm doing it. He'll
Yeah.
find out on the internet like everybody else. Um,
It's like when a viewer tries to message me through Discord. What are you streaming tonight? You can find out when you join the stream.
well, and some of my friends in my close friend group that know me very well, that know the people I've moved into the basement of their house, were like, "Oh, I didn't know you were moving in here." And I was like, "Brother, we've been talking about it for like 2 months. What do you
Yeah.
mean you didn't know?" And they were like, "Oh, we thought that was just like a bit."
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
"Why would that be a bit?"
It really gives me a perspective on a lot of the people that talk to you on the daily because they just think that everything you say is a joke. And
It's
that kind of pisses me off a little bit because,
yeah.
well, I'm not gonna lie, it pisses me off a lot because, like, if
I
you've
mean,
known Chris for as long as you say you've known Chris, you should be able to deduce when he's joking about something and when he's not, even if he gives his little half-hearted chuckle when he says something, because he's not joking about certain things. And I see how uncomfortable you're getting because I'm telling your little tells and stuff. Yeah, I know you, motherfucker. Like,
we've known each other for fucking almost 11, yeah, 11? Nope.
no, 8.
9 years.
Yeah. Well, we met in 2018.
Okay, yeah, 8 years.
Yeah.
Hey, like the point stands. Like we've known each other for a very long time. Like Landon was kind of caught off when I told him I was moving. Um, like half of that. Good try though, rookie. Um, anyway, anyways, where is it going with this? Yeah, there's a lot of people that like
Landon was caught
don't.
off with the fact that you were moving.
Yeah, and like he knew I was going to be moving because
Yeah.
he knew what the timeline of them living here was.
Right.
His big concern, like his thing was like, we really hope you don't feel like you had to move because we might be moving. And I was like, hey, that's absolutely. I hate to burst your bubble on this one, and maybe this isn't going to be taken so great, but like that's absolutely why I did it. Like
Yeah.
it's longer term stability, and that's all I need.
Well, and
I
in
just
that
need
kind of
to know where
situation,
I'm going to
it's
live
just,
for the next while.
well, that's just it. It's like nothing against them. It's just smarter asset, insurance kind of thing, knowing that you have a place to go when they decide, hey, yeah, we're done, rather than like them telling you, hey, yeah, we're done here, we're moving because of this, and you're like, oh shit, now I got to scramble to find
Yeah.
somewhere. Like that.
I
That's
think I
just
got
the
enough
smart way
free
to do
money
it.
sitting around in the bank to just up and move. No,
Or to stay
not a
there and
chance.
pay the whole bill now yourself.
Well, and like, so if that was to become an option or like a possibility that could occur, I actually do have the friends that are looking to move in the city
Mm-hmm.
currently that, like, yes, I could do that. Like,
Right.
Cooter and his fiance are looking at moving somewhere. So, like, if they were to suddenly move out and suddenly I needed someone that could foot the rest of the rent, then like, yeah, absolutely, I could stay.
Right.
But I don't want to stay because I don't really like that house. I liked the people I was living with. The house kind of sucked. This place is significantly bigger. You've seen it. Like
Yeah,
you've been
yeah.
here. The volume of space I have is like 8 times the size.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing pretty good. As like I made the joke, I was like had to make it out the hood by moving into the hood. Like moved to the alphabets, got 18 times the space. What a
Right.
win. Plus a garage that I can just leave my car in year round. I
That
don't
was
have
the
to juggle shit around.
that was the biggest thing that was kind of a shocker, was the fact that not only is that house actually really nice inside, but holy shit, that garage actually has a lot of space in it.
So I've now measured that garage.
Yeah.
The that garage is 23 and a half by 23 and a half feet.
Yeah.
It's perfectly square.
Yeah.
It's big enough that I can fit the Camaro and my truck in it relatively comfortably. I
And the
cannot pull
motorcycles.
the well, no, or it's at critical mass. I can't pull my car out while the truck is in there at all. It doesn't matter what I want, like how I do it. I can't find a way to make it fit.
Fair.
The opening of
Although,
the door
like,
is like 2 feet too small.
your Camaro is not all the way up to the front of the garage, though, correct? Like, I saw it when it was sitting in there.
That's not the problem. The problem is that the garage isn't wide enough. With my truck as far as I can go to the left, I cannot back my Camaro because my Camaro is actually still kind of angled towards the door.
Yeah.
I can't back it out. So if we put more stuff in the garage alongside what's in there right now, you couldn't move. Like I can barely walk around my truck. And I learned that one the hard way while I was drafting out the garage to do pricing on insulation. So
I don't. Yeah, it would be really tight, but I
it's
don't know. I just, given the brief amount of time I was in there when helping you move, just trying to envision it, I'm sure I could at least get
plus it's 4
two.
bikes.
I was gonna say, I'm sure I could at least get two of the
It's
motorcycles in there, because it's not like they're big
it's
motorcycles either. They're
no.
borderline pocket bikes.
Well, so the CF motos that they're bringing back from Ontario,
Yeah,
those will absolutely fit. The Kawasaki's that
yeah.
they currently have sitting at our friend's house in Shellbrook, that's a tighter fit. Um,
Well, because, like,
but
don't forget, like, you were
the
in the garage at my old house, and you saw how small that
yeah,
garage was. Not only did we fit my Durango, my Impala in there side by side, I was still able to fit my two
yeah, 2 or 3
motorcycles,
bikes.
the Honda, the Suzuki, and your Goldwing in there. I
Yep.
still had enough room to completely tear down that Goldwing and rebuild it.
Yeah, that garage was, I would say, sizably larger, which
Really?
helped in its favor. Yeah,
That just, maybe
it's
it's because of all the shit that Connie and Bridget had packed in there, made it seem smaller, but I don't know. It just seems like yours is bigger.
it's that's because it's exposed, so the walls are
Yeah.
bare.
Yeah, I guess there's
So
not as much of enclosure on the, like, border of it.
yeah, the Smallwood garage, if I had to take a guess, was probably 30 by 50 or 30 by 40. Like it was rectangular,
It was
so
more of
you
an
could fit
oblong, yeah.
2 vehicles in it side by each, and then you still had, let's say, 15 feet
Yeah.
um, from the back bumper to the wall. This
Yeah, no,
place,
that's
my
fair.
my truck, I have a foot in the front and a foot in the back. The end.
Yeah.
My truck is a little longer than 19 feet.
No, that's true. In terms of, like, length, it is definitely
Raw
shorter.
size,
Yeah.
raw size, this garage is just smaller.
I mean,
Um,
I guess if it still, like, fits both of your vehicles, that's really all that matters in terms of space, because it's not like you're gonna ever have a real reason to park more than two standard vehicles in there anyways. Because, like,
so
if it's for winter or something, you're not obviously going to be driving the Camaro during winter. So, like, 100% you could
well,
cram
and
all in
the
one side of the garage, your Camaro, and at
the
least two of the bikes.
The
If not,
Camaro won't be here over winter.
oh,
No, it's going to get body work. So I'm going to do, my disc brakes are being pulled this weekend.
right.
They'll be here next week.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the disc brake rears,
Yeah.
figure out what else I need to order for parts to kind of complete the car. Cooter and I are going to weld a plate into the floor of the driver's side.
Okay.
And I might take it to the track in September or October.
Okay.
Pretty much the day it comes back from the track, it's going straight to Nipawin. My buddy is going to body work it over the course of winter, and I'm going to pull the engine before it goes. And maybe the trans.
Okay.
And have it, and he's going to, like, Cooter's going to go through the engine for me. I'm just going to pull the trans apart, make sure it still looks healthy-ish. I can get the T56 countershaft. It fits in a T5 case.
Right. Yeah.
So I might try and get T56 gears and the countershaft and just do the swap and bolster the case.
Okay.
And then put it back together come spring and then paint the car like immediately in the spring with its new livery, which we talked about last week.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So this actually, Brad and I talked about painting the car too. We might do that here. I don't know yet. And Goat had talked about doing the body work here because he was like, well, that gives me a reason to come visit more often. And I was like, okay, yes.
Yeah.
But if I can leave the car at your place, you have more space for it. If it sits outside, it sits outside. And like, I can come help you move it. I don't really care. So we'll see. That'll be a juggling act at best.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that goes because like all he really has to do for body work is rust repair, and then we're going to treat and seal the floor, probably gut the interior, read sound deaden it, and then put it back together. And hopefully between now and then I can afford a cage because I'm going to put a roll, like just a roll hoop in it because that's all I need.
Yeah. Fair
so
enough.
I can put a roll hoop with a harness bar in it and then some buckets. And she'll be mint. That's all we need.
Book it. And
Canada joke didn't actually offend you, right?
It
no.
1000% did. No, I'm just kidding. We will find you.
I will track you down and I will fillet you like a fish.
He's got that.
But it didn't offend me.
He's got that Glock ready.
I gotta travel north of the 51st parallel so I can buy a handgun again. And when I get one, you should be concerned.
Yes, because it is not just my own safety at risk at this point. Now you all gotta die, me included, because I ain't going to jail. Fuck, that meme still surfaces every once in a while. It's hilarious.
So good.
But no, I think all things considered, your move went fairly simple.
It went smooth.
Though. Yeah. Like we got it all
it was
done.
2 days. It was a net total of like, I think 5 hours.
Technically, wasn't the second day
realistically
just all cleaning? Like you were.
The
just
second day was all my
spot?
Big stuff.
Oh, so the first day you moved
what,
a couple boxes and stuff like that?
I moved all of my boxes.
Yeah, so like
so everything you saw here that you don't remember, like that you didn't remember moving, right. I moved that Thursday night. Like I went home after work, so my desk, my PC, the boxes of books, the boxes, so like you can't see it, but I could take you guys on a quick tour of how I've laid out the basement. There's books, Hot Wheels, my new steering wheel for the Camaro.
You fucking nerd! I see that. I see that Hot Wheels.
Hold on, I need to be able to see what I'm pointing at.
I see Lego.
So yeah,
I actually can't say anything. I've got like a shit ton of Lego cars as well. Although
gifts. Yeah. Picture of my godson. Block that out. Picture of my siblings, and then behind me is license plates and my wheel sim.
Yeah.
Wheel stand. And then in my room is like my dresser and stuff. So like we moved all of my big awkward stuff.
Yeah.
on Friday.
Well, and
And that's
honestly,
why I rented the trailer,
given that
because that's what
you're
I knew we'd need it for.
a single and lonely man, if me, you, and Cooter had done everything in what? Yeah, we're moving on. In one in one day, it would have been like what, an extra hour compared to what we did just to move the stuff that you had moved the day before. So like all in all, your move would have taken less than 3 hours. Because like we spent, if I'm being
If
brutally honest, we spent more time fucking around than actually loading and unloading stuff, and we were
yeah, that
still
was the point.
done. Like I got there
Yeah.
at 5:10 and we were done before 8 o'clock.
That was the whole point.
Yeah, so like,
That my plan came together.
yeah.
I pulled an Eisen. I when I move, I always try to do all of the really heavy, awkward shit on my own.
Admiration
And
is
then
the state furthest from understanding.
yeah. And then I try to do all of the big cumbersome stuff that I can't do alone with multiple people.
Yeah.
So
No,
there's
that's fair.
always two people carrying stuff, and someone always has a chance to just chill
Yeah. No,
and vibe
that's
for a minute,
that's fair.
which is how that worked.
I know,
Plus,
and I
it worked
know
out for us.
I know Cooter was
It worked out for us on Friday.
I know Cooter was giving you shit at your old house for being the one that was standing around, I say with air quotes. Oh my god, motherfucker. Every time we went into your bedroom and he would look at me and he'd be like, he's still not done with the bed frame. Oh man.
It wasn't even my fault. Like,
No, it wasn't. I knew he was joking, but like
I
holy
know.
shit. You were
And I was
struggling with that
going
bed frame though, Jesus.
I was going as fast as I could. Like, the bonus to having 3 people
Mhm.
when we moved my stuff Friday was I had time to round up all of the shit that I'd forgotten on Thursday,
Yeah.
and like the stuff I can't not have. So
Right.
like my toiletry stuff, soap,
Right.
shampoo,
Right.
toothpaste, toothbrush, razor, all that stuff had to stay. Could I have moved some of it? Yeah, probably. Did I have any idea where it was going? No. Like I didn't start unpacking until Saturday morning. Like I made my bed Friday night, I died. And then I got up Saturday morning at like 9 and started just thrash unpacking stuff. Like I went and bought like laundry detergent because I didn't have any, dishwasher pods, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Right.
started doing laundry Sunday. All of the bags of clothes in my room went back through the washing machine, which
Right.
I'm going to be honest was the greatest decision I think I've ever made in my life, because all of my clothes smell fantastic now. Like they don't smell like they've been sitting in garbage bags for the last 4 months.
Right.
I went back to the house after, when I dropped you off. I cleaned my room. That
Right,
was done
yeah.
Friday night. I swept my room and the office where my desk was, mopped the floor, wiped the walls down, just kind of got as much of everything clean as I could. And I started putting it back together, realized I was missing tools and pieces, and I had to go back. Like I've been back to the house a couple times.
Right, but it's been for little things.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go back tomorrow. Like my closet door, you know those metal plates that the sliders ride on the inside
Yeah.
of like a bifold.
Yeah, the ones that usually hold
You know how
the
there's a
springs
screw in
place.
there with a pinch plate?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm missing that screw. No clue what happened to it. I don't know where it is. I don't know what happened to it.
Okay. Dude,
I
I've probably
thought
got
I
like
left that
20 of
screw
those
in
in my
there.
tool chest. Do you want a couple?
I'm just gonna steal a random screw from work.
That's fair enough.
And I told Angela, I was like, I'll be back Friday night after work, and I'll finish it quick, and I'll be out of here. And she was like, no problem. Whenever you get around to it.
Yeah, she's obviously not that worried because they know it's not like you're just gonna up and leave it busted.
Well, and like, I'm actually kind of surprised because like I figured that they wouldn't harangue me to make sure I got everything done, but like I figured I would at the very least get like a hey, are you going to clean your room?
Right, like
And
they
I
they
told
were
them
gonna get a
straight
little
up,
like prickly about certain things.
not prickly, just, like, because they've lived with me for 2 years now, so they know how I am.
Right,
Like,
that's fair.
just like trying to remind me subtly. And
Right,
so,
yeah. Trying to figure out how to say it to you that doesn't make them seem like
yeah,
assholes.
the fact that I've just remembered everything, I think, has worked very well in my favor. I'm like, hey, I'm going to clean the room. Because originally the plan was to move Saturday. If we had done all of my stuff Saturday,
Yeah.
we would have been pretty wicked far ahead, all things considered.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have taken us half the day
No.
and we would have been done. So, and like,
Yeah, no,
that would have been one less day in a Faraday cage, but
True.
it is what it is.
I
That means I
will
like,
I will admit your move
yeah,
went a lot smoother than mine. It's not like mine had any like troubles or anything in particular. It's just we have a lot of shit. And I'm still working through getting rid of even more stuff just because we don't have as much room as we thought. And we're just still trying to figure out, is it even okay to hang stuff up on the wall, because this program we're in is just being pissy about tiny little things. Um, but
I,
it was just the fact of like we had a lot of stuff, but we got it done in, what was it, 3 days? Like we were done by Saturday, and
yeah.
we started Wednesday. So I like nothing really even happened on my move.
Hey,
Like
your
not
guys' move went exceptionally well.
like
Like,
there was a few like tense moments where we were like ready on the trigger kind of thing, because obviously things were less than amicable where we were
yeah.
before, but
Well, and
ultimately
like Kyle dropped a
nothing.
dresser on my fucking hand.
Oh, it was bigger than a
Like,
dresser, my dude. That was a heavy oak desk.
yeah,
That was like the
an
one
oak
genuinely
wasn't even a desk. It was a wardrobe, brother. And he dropped that shit fully on my fucking
thought
hand.
your hand
Like,
was out of the way, and then all of a sudden you felt the weight of 1,000 suns bearing down on your knuckles. Um, yeah, no, that.
okay, I made that joke earlier and I got 0 laughs. So let's talk. So, move's done.
What?
I'm just going to really quickly tangent here. So, today the internet guy showed up.
Right.
They went with Rogers, which is whatever, like internet's internet. I
Right.
don't really
That's
have a
that's
preference.
who we're
I'm a
with.
scumbag when it comes to ISPs because what I do
Right.
is I call an ISP and because I need pricing. I'm like, yeah, hey, I just need internet for my home and I
Yeah.
needed setup.
Yeah.
Part of my first month's contract fees. And they go, okay, cool. The best we can do is a gigabyte per second down and 500 up. And it's whatever. They give you the monthly price. And I go, can you send me that as a quote to my email? And they go, yep. And I do this over a couple days.
Right.
I try to start first thing in the morning. So I get my first quote from, let's say, Rogers in this instance. And then I call Shaw, who's the company that owns Rogers. I go,
Right.
yeah, hey, I'm shopping for home internet. I just need home internet with Wi-Fi set up, fastest speed you can. What's your best price? And then they give me their rate, and I go, yeah, I just got I have a price in writing from a different ISP. I was wondering if maybe you could beat that.
Right.
And then they beat that, and I go, cool. Just give me a little bit to think on it. I really appreciate your
Oh my
flexibility. Could you
god.
send me a quote for that to my email? And they go, absolutely. And they email you a quote for a 2-year contract. And then I call SaskTel, and then I call Bell, and then I call TELUS.
Right.
And I do the same thing with all major ISPs until I've got because sometimes they just can't beat the price
Right.
for
Right.
whatever the reason may be.
Yeah.
It's corporate policy. They don't have that level of flexibility.
Sometimes they're just not
They
willing
think that
to.
internet, so they're not willing to. They think the internet's an expensive commodity to give out.
Right.
I know from Landon's time in the EU on board ship that it's not expensive.
Yeah.
He told me once, and this is real, like he had the receipts to prove it. When his ship was in dry dock, his ship dry docked in Poland for
Right.
refit.
Right.
The boys so that they still had data on their phone because the ship's Wi-Fi gated them to 5 gigabytes a week.
Right.
They used to go to just like a local convenience store and they would buy an eSIM card for 10 Polish zloty, or about 5 Canadian dollars.
Right.
And they would get 300 gigabytes of the fastest data speed on this eSIM for a month, whichever came first. And most of these guys, they were on ship for 5 weeks. So they'd
Right.
work the first week, they'd use their data cap, they'd go into the convenience store, they'd buy an eSIM, they'd come back, activate it the next day, then they'd have 4 weeks of lightning fast internet, and usually it would run out right before they had to fly back.
Jesus.
And then they'd take a cab from the ship to the airport, and they'd fly back to Canada where their data plans were good. And because eSIMs are technically one-time use if you're paying for like a pay-per-use deal, so like that's what those technically count as.
Right.
So the second the plan was up, it would just tell them, hey, you need to renew it, and this is the renewal price, and they would just click no, and the eSIM would delete itself off their phone.
Oh shit.
And their regular cell plan would work. So he was paying like $5 a month for 300 gigs of wicked fast data in Poland. Whereas like here, I pay, I think it's $85 a month for 125 gigs of high speed data.
Right.
And I was like, so like ISPs have lots of flexibility is my point.
Yeah, no, that's,
so anyways,
that's really good.
Yeah, the contract that they signed is for 2 gigs down, 1 gig up.
Okay.
It's gigabit internet.
Yeah.
Fiber. House is fiber accessible. So like it's actually a really good deal. And the pricing I think is fair. And so the guy showed up today. He set it up. He was like, all right, cool. Get you hooked up to the Wi-Fi. And then we'll test it on your phone real quick. Just make sure it's good. And then I'm out of here. Sweet.
Right.
That was at 6 o'clock. So I tested on my phone and I'm like, hell yeah. And he goes, all right, cool, I'm out. I went, sweet, see you later, man. He dips. He didn't set up, they have what's called you can't really see it, but in the far corner of this living room in the basement here, there is what's called a storm Wi-Fi router.
Yeah.
And it's basically a cellular router with its own battery backup.
Yeah.
He didn't set it up. So I was like, whatever. He said you can set it up later. It's not a huge deal. He said the app will walk you through how to do it. I talked to Brad on the phone. He's got the app. He knows what, he seems to know what's up. It's idiot proof. He'll be fine. Sweet. Yeah. So I walk down the stairs of my Faraday cage and the internet cuts out.
Nice.
The second I cross the threshold of the floor, internet goes by. And I tested it with the guy right there, and I was like 600 megabits per second. I'm like, that's actually colossal internet speed.
Yeah.
Like, this is unreal. And so I walk downstairs to my computer. My phone's connected without internet, and I'm like, fucking sweet. So my phone's a brick now. Can't use it. It won't go back to my cellular. Whatever. Connect my computer. The ping is like 6,000. And the download speed's like 40 megabytes a second. I'm like, this is bad.
That's not good.
Good.
Why the drop?
And it connected to the Wi-Fi, which was staggering.
Why
so
wrong?
I was like, okay,
why broken? Big money.
Why wrong? So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get a power line Ethernet adapter. You plug it into the wall, and then you run a Cat 6 to the router.
Right.
And then you plug another one, because they're matching pairs, into the wall down here. Plug that into my PC, pair them. It'll connect through the household electrical, because the copper wires have really good conductivity, hence why we use them for power.
Yeah.
So I do that, and it's like, I think I've got 100, but it's consistent and fast.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sweet, not the end of the world. I can work with this.
Right.
And so I get on the phone with Brad, and I'm like, yeah, dude, the Wi-Fi just doesn't work. It's also worth noting I set up the storm router upstairs.
Yeah.
After I did the power line, because the Wi-Fi still didn't work. And I was testing everything. Like, I reset the router, I restarted my phone. it would not load. I couldn't get the speed test to load. I was like, this is fucked.
Yeah.
So he calls me and I'm like, hey, listen, my computer's working right now. So hop on Discord. So we hop in Discord and we're troubleshooting this over the phone. He goes, hey, by chance, did you set up the storm router in the basement or did you set it up upstairs? I went, well, I set it up upstairs. He goes, okay, can you go unplug that and bring it downstairs? And I was like, yeah, sure. He goes, because right here on the app, it says, do not set up near router as it will interfere with your home's Wi-Fi connectivity. And I'm like, oh. So I run upstairs, I unplug it, I carry it down to that corner of the living room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sweet. We hook it up. My phone connects to it like 20 minutes later.
Right.
And he's like, okay, now run a speed test on it. So I ran a speed test, and I think I still have the results saved. No, let's just run another one for fun, because I guarantee you it'll do the same thing. It'd be really funny if it doesn't. Okay, it's not as fast. I might be able to find my previous speed results. I might actually have a screenshot that I took of it.
Yeah, it was
I do.
nice. What Tony did was he didn't know what was in ours before because the people who did the maintenance on our house before we moved in cut the fucking LAN connections out of the control room in the back of our house. So like we only had LAN switches wired in for the living room and the master bedroom, which is completely useless. So
Yeah.
we had Tony come in with a full bag of Cat 5s, and he ran Cat 5s throughout everything, and then also got me a multi LAN switch block to plug in for the
Yeah,
computers.
for the office.
Yeah, so both computers are wired directly into the wall now, and that's why I haven't had any internet issues since we moved in here, compared to the old house where every once in a while the stream would just cut out halfway through because the Wi-Fi died.
Yeah.
Haven't had to worry about that, and he also replaced our modem with an actual RTX 1800S router with like a privatized server and stuff. So I have the app and all that, and I can see everything. And I mean everything. Like it does diagnostic runs on the LAN switches in the house like once every couple hours, and it'll send me a message, hey, LAN switch 4 is not working. And it's like, oh shit, okay, gotta check that out. So
Yeah.
it's been very handy.
Yeah, they're really good. So I plug this thing in, and if you check your phone, I sent you a screenshot on Snapchat, and I'm on the call with them, and I hit the speed test button.
Yeah.
On Ookla's website, and the thing pins the gauge. And Ookla does this really fun thing where if your speed is above the maximum of the gauge sweep when you start the test, it slowly increases the increment.
Oh, okay.
So it starts and it just keeps accelerating, and the gauge keeps upping its increment until eventually it's just like we can't go any higher. The number is just above the gauge. And I'm sitting here fucking losing my shit. And one of our friends goes, you can really tell Chris has never had fast internet based on this. And I was sitting here at my desk and I was like, fellers and fellettes, it's like I've got the power of the sun in the palm of my hand. And I screenshotted it and I sent it to Brad. It was, I have to, now I got to look at this again so I don't mess it up because you literally have the receipt. It was 1196.81 megabytes per second. On Wi-Fi, dog.
That's wild.
Golly.
Yeah.
We're loading the porn in 80K. What the fuck? God damn.
Fuck. Oh, man.
Let's fucking go. The funniest bit, though, about all of that, so we did that, and Brad was like, okay, well, now connect it to your PC, because I bet you that'll help. And so I went through, and I connected the Wi-Fi back to my computer, and I did the speed test again. No change. Same shitty speed, same shitty ping. It won't connect to the one in the basement.
Interesting.
I could join a call before someone even calls me. I'm traveling time with internet this fast.
We call him the interloper.
It's like I went down to the planet in Interstellar near the black hole's rim.
Yeah.
And everybody else is still on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the level of speed that we're dealing with. I've never built a race car this fast ever. Like staggered.
Given our
And I
pocketbooks,
was
we
like,
never will.
yeah, true. And so like I had a bunch of apps that needed to update. It was like 30 apps because I haven't had Wi-Fi for the
Right,
last
right.
6 days.
So everything's
So while we were
having its
talking,
freak out.
yeah, so while we were talking, I just like I went into the Google Play Store and I just hit update all, and it was literally 5 seconds. They were all done.
Oh, nice.
And some of them was like 100 megabyte updates. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
That's the way you do
I
it.
have you this is going to seem like a weird flex, but have you ever scrolled TikTok and like just rapid fired it and had every video load before it even fully popped on the screen? Like not
Yeah.
one of them buffers. It's crazy work.
Yeah. No,
Actually
I will
demon
say
time.
it's actually very nice that you're finally on like a similar Wi-Fi network speed as me, because I got to tell you, there was times where it was kind of annoying in the past couple months trying to do shit, and I got to wait for you to catch up because your internet
Our
connection would cut
internet
out
at
your
the old place wasn't
webcam,
even
or
bad,
no, it wasn't, but just something about
is
the
what's staggering.
connectivity in certain moments it would just like cut out. And like I remember
Yeah.
the time where you dropped out of the deadlock game because it cut out on you, and
Yeah.
like just multiple instances is like, god damn it. But like
So like my computer right now,
all the people bugging you about not having great internet and now finally having great internet for the first time, they obviously have forgotten about the fact of how difficult it is to actually get good internet, because not only will a lot of companies offer you a good internet plan in writing, but then once you set it up over the course of the first couple months, they will slowly lower your limit cap
yeah,
because most people don't pay attention to that. And now suddenly, instead of being at 1.5 gig upload and 2.5 down, you're suddenly at 800 megabytes up and like 1.2 gigs down. It's like, okay, well, why am I paying you $120 a month then if you're cutting my plan in half here?
it's it's one of those things where like generally speaking, they know who's gonna complain and who won't.
Yeah.
So like I've always learned that if you're like they've throttled me 4 days in a row in off peak times,
Yeah.
then like I just call that you're not getting away from it. Like it's
Right.
happening.
Right.
So the last time I had internet even comparable to this was after my parents split, actually, because when dad was the one footing the internet bill,
Right.
he was like, okay, I've got 4 children that all have computers. 3 of them use them for school. I use mine for work. Like we need fast internet at home.
Right.
So that was right after the house got fiber optic cabling.
Yeah.
At that time, he was paying for 500 down, 250 up. Yeah, my parents made like a banana and split, dog. Um, hey, I could make a joke, but I'm not going to because I don't think you could handle it.
Mine did too.
Sorry, rookies talking in the chat. I was like,
No, I know.
I thought of a joke, then I had to stop myself.
I've been watching, but
yeah.
I think yours actually.
So like we had really good
split.
internet, and that was like the last time I ever had it. So okay, well you asked for it. So you know how they said it's not your fault?
It is.
It is. Your mom told me last night in bed.
Oh god.
Fuck, I crack me up. But yeah. So like I haven't had really good internet ever since, and like I've lived in a lot of really oddball places where I haven't. Yeah, she is. Otherwise, how did she know who you were, Gabe?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who'd have thunk it?
She thought she got away with it, but she was wrong.
Everything's funnier when a living Cheeto tells it to you. I did remember your name.
The fucking mango dumpling.
So yeah, and like most places I've lived, I haven't had a say. And like Brad and Alexis, gamers through and through. So
Right.
like when
So
I
it kind
talked
of
to Brad about
works.
it, he was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna have wicked fast internet."
Yeah, it
Like,
works hand in hand because you're getting in with people who have the same values and interests as you.
yeah.
So of course they're going to be like, "Yeah, we're on top of this because we want the same thing."
The closest I ever got outside of that was when I lived with my friends in Prince Albert before I moved in with Brad the first time,
Right.
because he is a big gamer, and so he always wanted fast internet.
Yeah.
We had the problem with living in PA though is like none of the ISPs are willing to provide like high end plans
Yeah. Well,
like at
let's be
all. And I don't
honest.
know if maybe they're
PA.
typecasting the demographic of Prince Albert, like they're right to do so, but I do think that's what was happening.
Let's be
So
honest.
they were just like,
PA is kind of like the uh what Chinatown is to San Francisco, PA is to Saskatchewan. So let's be honest here. You ain't getting good nothing wherever you go in PA. They don't even have
there's a guy.
a good fully functioning firehouse.
Whoa. Well, I know
It's
the deputy fire chief
I didn't
of
say they
Prince
were bad
Albert on a
people. I
first
just
name basis.
they have
They
bad
run an excellent
resources.
firehouse.
Well, they do obviously the best with what they've got, but the resources are not there is what I'm trying to get at. PA has just kind of been left to the wind.
I can't wait to shoehorn you in to a social event where I know that Brad's dad will be there. And I'm gonna hit him up like, "Hey Will, weren't you telling me about how PA's fire halls suck the other day?
Oh yeah,
You want
just
to
make
defend
me
that take
seem
in front of the deputy fire chief real quick?"
make me seem like the biggest bag of shit ever.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay, sure. I don't know the guy. Let's do
Oh
it.
yeah.
Hands will be thrown this day.
It's it's so funny because he is actually wicked intimidating unless you know him. Like if you don't know him or like you're just meeting him, he is genuinely a scary human being.
Right.
If you've met him for longer than 35 seconds, you're like, oh no, this is actually a fantastic human.
Well, most of them are.
But
It's
yeah,
just they're so jaded by real life experiences that they just get that resting like it's almost like resting bitch face, but it's not. It's just the fact that they're actually calculating the situation they're in and trying to decide which way they should go about it. So it makes them come across as more like angry than they are because in reality they're just trying to figure out what they can and can't say that will make the conversation go forward in a positive manner. I know because I do the same thing. I know I have a
yeah,
bit of a
very true.
resting bitch face when it's in reality. I'm just trying to look at you and go, okay, what can I respond to this to actually keep this going? But no, like I said, the people that work there, I mean, that's courage and bravery all the way. Like you have to have a certain set of balls to do the work that they do. It's just unfortunate that the resources are not as good as they could be.
The PA fire hall, I would actually state, is quite well funded, all things considered. Like, because
In
fire halls
comparison
are
to PA,
municipal.
right?
I,
Like
yeah,
in
I'm talking about the fire halls in Prince Albert.
yeah, like
The
they're
equipment they have is modern
well, yeah,
and they are
that's
well
well,
staffed.
that's because it's a regulation. They have to. But what I'm meaning is like just in general, the resources, maybe the amount of equipment they get, like it's just not as good as it could be because it is based out of PA, and unfortunately, the government just doesn't look favorably upon PA the same way it does with like Regina or Saskatoon or even Moose Jaw kind of thing. And it's unfortunate because PA is, for all intents and purposes, a fully functioning city within our province. It's just there's so much stuff that happens there that they're just kind of like, I'm tired of dealing with it. I'm tired of hearing about PA. So it just gets kind of left the way of the wind. But stuff like that, obviously, it's going to be better than the rest of PA because it has to be. This is a life saving industry we're talking about. But if you compare the fire halls in PA to like the fire halls in Saskatoon or Regina, the equipment and resource allotment is going to be a lot higher in Saskatoon and Regina, and it's unfortunate that that is the case.
I
Like budget
I
wise,
I I don't
Guaranteed,
know if I'm
Saskatoon and
being
Regina
rage
higher.
baited anymore. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a pin in this because I feel like a little bit more digging is required on this because I'm unequipped to counter your arguments, and I don't know if the numbers you've looked at are recent. So we're gonna dig more on this. We're gonna come back on it next week.
All right.
I'd be curious to do more research on this because I do genuinely believe you're wrong, but I can tell you genuinely believe you're right, and I don't know how to counter you because I feel like at some point we started talking about different things, and I've missed the boat, which happens. So in other things I've missed the boat on because by the time I finally get to play it, everybody will have moved on to the next friend slop game. Gamble with your friends. I told you I wanted your review. Regina, Regina. G is in George. That doesn't actually spell it correctly, even if you were smart. G is in Greg. Regina, Saskatchewan, the city of fun. It's unimportant. It's where Deadpool's from.
Yep.
Gamble with your friends. Hit me with the review. I got the sales pitch earlier, which was that gambling with your friends is actually really fun.
Yeah.
And
No,
I knew that. I've literally gambled on stream.
it is a lot of fun. The nice thing about it is it's, something that you don't have to think about. You can just join in with like friends and just have at her kind of thing and watch the massive like up and down of this game, because ultimately gambling, right? You got to use money to make money. And it's hilarious when you have to make like 74,000 K. You're starting the day with 40,000, and it's like, okay, we got to almost double our profit, and then immediately the first all-out bet that gets set at the craps table, you watch as your total amount goes down by $3,600. It's like, oof, a couple of those and we're screwed, boys. And it's like, at that point, it doesn't matter that you have a 5-minute time limit. There's no amount of time that you're going to be able to spend money to make money at that level. And it's hilarious, just the panic, but it's also the fact that the probability in this game is actually set a little bit higher than real life, as you saw last night, because all the blackjack tables, how many times did you
Probability was really bailing your ass out on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
was it though? Because think about how many times Billy, when he had a good run, like a 19, a 20, or a 21 going when I was using the camera, how many of those times did the dealer coincidentally match him in a row? Like a substantial amount. And that would never happen in real life unless the dealer has a fucking horseshoe up his ass and he's just dead set that this player is never winning. Like, is the probability for player loss in this is set a little bit higher than it is in real life, but it does add a little bit of that challenge factor of like, okay, now we need to think about this and not just think about it personally. We need to think about it as a group, because the amount of money you have to make goes up each day. But if there's more than one person playing the game with you, that amount of money will increase. So like the second day, it goes from 1,200 to 1,800 when it was just me and Billy. But when it's me, Billy, and Keeg, it goes from 1,200 to 2,400. It kind of like doubles. So you really got to think at that point and communicate with your team, and not just all separate when you leave the elevator, because one guy will go to craps, one guy will go to the duck races, one guy will go to the slots, and you all just start max betting. That's going to end very badly, very quickly. Point in case, in one of the games later in this particular VOD that I'm playing, where Keeg had left because he got so angry at the craps table because he lost like 8 games in a row, that he just ended up rage quitting, and I felt really bad. I ended up apologizing to him afterwards, but he wasn't mad. He was tilted enough that he needed a break from the game, but he wasn't mad at me and Billy. But Billy ended up losing $100,000, and we needed 140, and we went from 104 to 0. And I wish I was joking, but we went to 0. And Billy was like, at this point, I'm just saying fuck it and all out betting every single time. It was so bad, but it's so much fun because you get to feel that panic set in, not even just through yourself, but with your teammates. It's kind of like the intensity of it. It does do a good job of bringing the intensity of real gambling to the game, but at the same time, it's also fun, when things go wrong because it is a game and it's a goofy little game, right? It's a friend slap. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Like, in what world would you actually pick up a gun and shoot your teammate's eye, mouth, or body off just for some extra cash? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say that because loan sharks definitely 100% do that in the real world.
Okay, you
But
said something about probability that I didn't catch all of. Could you repeat that for me
yeah,
real quick?
the probability in this game is set higher than it is in the real world to add a little bit more of a challenge to this game. It makes you think a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
more outside the box, especially if you're with other people. You need to,
Gotcha.
yeah, you really need to communicate with your friends and be like, okay, we're kind of skirting the edge here, and we know the fact that if we go and sit down at a blackjack table right now, we're gonna play 9 rounds before we even win one. So we got to think about what we're going to play here that's going to make us some quick money to get over the daily limit.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Because yeah, like gambling is at this point extremely heavily regulated pretty much everywhere. So like statistical odds of casinos are monitored,
Right.
and casinos that are doing anything to deviate from that are actually fined quite a bit. That's why like it's part of why gambling as a profession can exist. Like obviously professional gamblers, you have to play games that require thinking, tactics, and skill.
Right.
But all that considered, like you are as likely to win as you are to lose, and you can control your losses in
Yeah.
a professional type of environment.
Right.
So like it makes sense that they would kind of skew the odds because it is a game and they want you to keep playing.
Right.
So you have to figure out
Well,
what the patterns are.
and I get why they do it in comparison to real life because again, this is a goofy little game. It's not meant to be taken seriously. So if you make money, you make money. If you lose money, you lose money. But the way they offset the probability is the ticket system with items. So you get a certain amount of tickets each day as long as you pass and you completed a certain amount of the objectives. And as the days go on, the items get more expensive, but they give you items that will help you in certain ways. So, like there's a little tome book that you use right at the beginning of the level that will give you uh, what is it, 25% less lost profit. There's another one that'll give you 50% increased profit instead. There's one that'll give you a ticket towards your next day for every win you get at a machine or a game. There's a microphone that you use to sing while you're nearby other players that are gambling, and when they win, if it's still active, they will get an increased payout. Like cool little intricate items like that really allow you to pump up your numbers last second. Because let's be honest, when the game goes from, especially with the high probability of losing rather than winning, when the next day of the game goes from like you need to go from 30,000 to 42,000, that's quite a substantial amount of money, no matter how you look at it. And the fact that you're also using money, three of you are using money, and it's like maybe one of you will get a win every third or fourth round between the three of you. That's a lot of money lost right there, even on minimum bets.
I do like the net tracker on the right hand side
It is very
that shows
nice.
you who's up and who's down.
It is because it really tells you which one of your friends is slogging it, and it makes it hilarious because then you can rag on your buddy about it, and that's part of the reason why Keeg rage quit wasn't even because we said anything to him, but because that tracker is constantly there nagging at you. And he's usually very good at the craps tables, but like that particular game that he lost, he ended up losing almost like 37,000 on the craps tables, and like it did fuck us. We ended up dying and losing that day, because I'm sure you've seen that at the end of a day, if you don't meet your quota, you go into the cornfield, you jump in that little hole, and then as the screen goes black, you get shot by the loan shark mobsters. But yeah, no, he when we went out to the car after we'd lost, to go to that cornfield, we saw him just completely disappear. Like his name was gone from that tracker, his body disappeared from existence in the elevator, and me and Billy just kind of stood there quietly for a second. We're like, what happened? And it's proximity chat, so it's not like we can ask him because we're muted in Discord. So we're just sitting there talking to each other, and we're like, what happened? Did his game cut out? Did he quit? Billy sent him a message, and I got back a response milliseconds later. Yeah, he rage quit. apparently his response was, if I'm gonna get slogged by a game, I would rather go put my balls in the air fryer with Escape from Tarkov than actually play this.
That's so good.
Oh, he was so upset. Oh, but
It
it was
staggered me when you told me that they play Tarkov.
Oh, Billy doesn't, partially because he doesn't own it, but Keeg is a massive Tarkov guy. Like he's not like he doesn't do it professionally or even ranked or anything. He does the PvE like me, you, Matt, Cold, all of them. But
Mm-hmm.
he does very much enjoy playing it just when he's got free time.
Yeah,
So
I've lost my soul to that game. And when you
well,
were like, yeah, Keeg bought it for me, I actually kind of lost my shit because like I mean like unironically, like I threw something when I got that text, because like the one game I was like, I will never buy this for Will because that will have me playing it with Will and I'm going to like lose my shit. However, on the flip side of that coin is, if Will ever buys that game, I will absolutely re-download it and play it with him,
well here's
because it is a game where you need friends that know what's going on,
here's
that are
the
playing at a similar level.
here's the mistake. No, I wouldn't say mistake, but here's the loophole in that line of thinking is like Keeg is of the same mindset of like playing it. He knows how to play it by himself, and he does okay. But he said it's really difficult because it's designed for you to have backup or some sort of support system.
Yeah.
And he said the biggest thing he's missing is someone to just watch his back, like support him even from a
Yeah.
distance, like a long range shooter. And I was like, well, Keeg, I'm literally a sniper in all the shooter games that I play. And so like he's really excited for me to play with him because he's been really needing a sniper to just keep him like backed up while he's pushing.
I look forward to playing with you and watching you learn how the snipers in that game work, because like Tarkov is, and we could talk a little bit about this on like another episode if you want,
Yeah,
or we can
yeah.
talk about it now. Tarkov is truly the most hardcore simulator that exists today.
Oh yeah. It
Like
is very
if you
realistic with a lot of its equipment and ammo and like gun usage.
bullet drop, bullet speed,
Yeah,
ammo
no.
types versus armor penetrations,
Yeah.
and it gives you those quantities as numbers, but it is still a flawed video game at its core.
Yeah.
So like knowing like knowing that you have an ammo that should penetrate a level 5 plate is
Yeah.
great.
Right.
When it doesn't, and that was like the shot that should have saved you, it is infuriating. Like obviously head, top of head, head, eyes, nape, like neck, those shots are still almost always guaranteed to kill. But
Yeah.
like it's got an exceptionally low time to kill. It is very difficult to kind of come to grips with how the game rationalizes certain things.
Yeah.
And then like you can buy maps for the game. Most people that play, like I'm sure Keega's told you, when he plays, he probably has a map up on his second monitor because you need one. Because the
Right.
map has all the callouts. You need to be able to triangulate your area and give accurate callouts. Because like the funniest peanut clip that exists on the internet today is him, Gingy, and I think it's Officer, and they're playing and they're talking about like, oh, I think I'm about to die. I'm about to die. And then Gingy goes, I see one in the building. I'm gonna get him. And she shoots him. And then she goes, where's Peanut?
Yeah.
And then Officer goes, oh, his intro isn't done yet. And then his intro finishes, and it's just him and a black screen.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, Gingy,
That was
you know that guy you
me.
just killed? That was me. And they all start laughing because he didn't call out where he was because his intro wasn't done.
Yeah.
And they panicked because they spawned next to enemies. So like
Yeah, no, I'd be down to talk about
there's lots of that.
I'd be down to talk about
It's
Tarkov next, like in the next couple of streams or something once I've checked it out
yeah.
and gotten a feel for it. What I was thinking was, given that it's been an hour and 9 minutes, why don't we take our 3 minute commercial break, and
Yeah.
then we
Yeah, we could do that.
then we can talk about like the whole genre of friend slop and what we feel like it's done for the gaming industry and gamers in general.
Sure.
All right. All right. We will see you all in 3 minutes.
I'll be right back. Happy New Year.
I think I actually timed that perfectly for once.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So friend slop is a genre of games that definitely exists.
Right.
Um,
And it has had its ups and downs, but I definitely feel like in recent times it is
I think it's
becoming
had
way
more
more.
ups.
Definitely, yeah. And I would say a lot of the downs it's had has been purely from the content creation side of things because people only want to play it for like a couple days and then it's dead to their channels kind of thing because it's like, well, this isn't a new content. It's not like there's a story I can go through, so I'm going to move on. And I get it, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad game like a lot of these content creators seem to review bomb it and say about it once they're done playing it. It's like, oh, it was really bad for my channel. I didn't make a million views off it. Well, you're not going to. This is a game that's literally just made for fun, which is the point of video games. It's just made for fun.
So there's it's fun because like it's a genre that started with Among Us.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's kind of gone like the whole gambit. There's sports games, driving games, horror games, like kind of mild puzzle games, which I guess you could kind of call Gamble with Your Friends a puzzle game
Well,
ish.
not even so much that. It's just a silly, nonsensical game that you play with your friends, which is pretty much the epitome of friend slop, right? Because
Yeah.
the whole point of friend slop, if we really dumb it down, is to get that social connection that games sorely lack nowadays. They're they're highly affordable. They're super cheap. Like Gamble with Your
Yeah.
Friends is like $3 and change, or sorry, was it
Yeah,
six?
650 right now.
Right, and there was another one I picked up recently that was $3. The one before that was $5. Like I think the most expensive friend slot game I bought was $10. Like that's highly
Yeah.
affordable and it's super accessible. Like they're super easy to get into and just pick up. You know?
Well, they require zero skill, which is really the beauty.
Yeah,
Because like,
they're low entry barriers. You don't need to know anything about it. You can just play it.
yeah, so like Among Us came out, and that kind of started the genre, despite what Rookie wants to say. I'm not arguing about this. It's like the oldest friend slot game. And then yes, absolutely, we got Lethal Company and like Repo and Content Warning. And those were all fun games. And then like Escape the Backrooms, which is hilariously goofy. Peak came out.
Yeah.
RV there yet?
Are we there? Yeah.
Um, I was telling you about one earlier. I was like, there's one that's literally just a golfing game. It's called Super Battle Golf.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
that one looks hilarious. Like, I really want to try that game. I'm trying to find an article that's not white. Mecha Chameleon just came out. Gamble with Friends.
Yeah. I actually literally me and Billy and Keeg on my Steam library have a list of our friend slop games all together here. Let me open it up here and I'll run through some of those here. So like you've got 100% orange juice, you've got a
Yep.
biotic factory, you've got burgling gnomes, you've got Deep Rock
Is
Galactic.
100% Orange Juice a French slop game?
It's a game board friend slop. It's like a Japanese style Monopoly where there's no real winner. You just go around and around. And you can double time it too, so everything looks like it's happening at blinding, hilarious speeds. It's fucking amazing. But yeah, you got Deep Rock Galactic, you've got The Escapist 2, you've got Gamble with Your Friends, Golf with Your Friends,
Do you
Mo-
remember Fall Guys?
yeah, Fall Guys. Me and I tried Fall Guys for a little while, but I didn't like it. Human Fall Flat was another one that I
Yep.
enjoyed playing. Um,
Party Animals.
yeah, so yeah, you've got
Gang
You've
Beasts.
got Lethal Company, you've got Peak, Pit of Goblin, Played Up, Risk of Rain 2, um, Valheim,
Going through
Viscera
this
Cleanup
list that I'm
Detail,
this list that I found, it's really fun to see how many games they've roped into it that like
Phasmophobia,
are
yeah.
absolutely older.
Oh yeah.
Um, but like when you look at it, like, yeah, that makes sense. Um, there's a game that came out forever ago that I actually own, which could be funny to play the two of us on stream, just because I think it would be a funny rage bait game. There's a game called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes,
Oh, I've
and
heard
it
of
came out
this
in
one.
2015. And the idea is two people play it, or a group of people play it. One person is the diffuser.
Yeah.
The other person is the
Yeah.
they're like the dispatch. They have the printed instruction manual,
Yeah, I know about this one
and
because Jack in the Box
they
Games
have
actually
to.
made a variation of it where you could play it with multiple people, and each person got a separate set of instructions that you had to follow. So you had, for each
Yes.
step, you had to read through everybody's instructions first to make sure, because like the set of instructions would be like, okay, on the red, white and blue wires, cut the white wire, and then on step 3 of the instructions it would say disregard that and cut the blue wire unless
Yeah.
the white wire has already been cut. And then step 6 would be like, if you have not cut any wires, cut the red wire. So
So
you
like
had to
we
make
could
sure you were,
absolutely
yeah, oh fuck, I'd be
we
down
could
for
do
that.
that through Steam Play Together, because like the instructions for bomb defusal are all a PDF. You just download it,
Right.
and then like the idea is you print it, and then whoever's like the trick is whoever's reading the instructions cannot be defusing the bomb. You can play it solo. It's
Right.
still stressful as fuck.
Mhm.
It doesn't, just because you have the instructions doesn't make it easier to play.
No.
Um, so that's a fun one. Mage Arena is a really fun one that we played.
Right, we have Mage Arena. Yep.
We played that with Matt and Brad.
Yep.
That was really funny, especially with prox chat, because we'd be like running up to them and be like, "Where are they?"
Right. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, all I'd hear is Matt, "Hey, they're over here." Fuck! Like, fireball, 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 magic
The
missile.
No, there's
The
been a
infamous,
there was one
the
recently
infamous
called
clip of the
Yap Yap.
VTubers that were playing it.
Yeah.
Doom.
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 What do you Doom? Doom? No, there's been a lot, and honestly the thing for me is, like, I feel like Friend Slop has slowly been healing the gaming community, whether people wanted to accept that fact or not, because it's reviving that lost sense of community that a lot of us had lost through gaming.
It's like the perfect couch co-op thing.
Yeah.
It like
I actually
you
I thought of this earlier and I thought it was like really wholesome but a really good way to look at it. Friend Slop has become the antidote to live service fatigue.
yeah, yeah, that's fair. Because like, how many people are like, "Oh man, another live service game. I can't wait to dig right in."
Right.
Unless you're my brother who got hooked on Destiny 2 very recently
that
and
poor
then tried to
soul.
get us into Destiny 2.
That poor soul. May he forever find peace in the afterlife.
God bless. Another wayward soldier lost.
In the halls of Valhalla, he should be remembered.
And like there are games that don't even necessarily constitute friend slop that I would be willing to kind of pit in the same category, because they're more like competitive based, I guess, is kind of the shtick.
Yeah, there's a fine line
And
for a lot of game genres.
the game that jumps out at me right now that fits that the best, and I would be really cool if I could find it because I know I fucking wishlisted it today, is Sand Raiders of Sophie. It's the early access game that is made by Hologryph and Tower House. It's a Ukrainian development studio. They've been making this game for quite some time, and due to a geopolitical issue in the eastern the Western Asian region,
Right.
their development process was slowed down significantly. But
Right.
it's guns Vicarus on walkers in a desert,
Yeah.
and it looks rad as fuck. And I've been watching Peanut play it, and I want to get people in on this.
No,
Like,
that's fair.
it's on sale for like $22.
It is.
So it's a little more than maybe like
Yeah.
an easy, yeah, we should all play this game, and then have everybody fall off in a day.
Well, see, the
Because
thing
like I used to
is
be
like
really guilty for that.
the thing I've
I used
really
to
been
have,
enjoying playing games with Billy and Key, like I said earlier, is the fact that it's not a matter of falling off in a day. Like we jump into a call and we all ask each other, okay, what do we want to play? And we will all just kind of like decide in the moment, yeah, we'll play this. And it's like if we got this game, we would definitely be playing it more than once because it's
yeah,
something we can all play together.
yeah, and it's got PvP, but it also has the PvE element, and so
Right.
and it's one of those games. I was listening to Peanut talk about the tournament that they're doing with streamers, and the like, how big should the parties be? And he was talking to the developers about this, and the devs were of the mindset it should be 4 player, like four streamer teams, and so like one streamer is like they pick their team members, and
Right.
basically it's like you first pick, like if you ask first and they accept they're your team member, and then they have to declare that.
Yeah. Yeah.
um but he was like, if you got like 3 guys, it's perfect because you can play the game solo, and sure you could play with 2 people but you're always scrambling, but like 3 or 4 is like that sweet spot. 3 just makes it a little bit more stressful, it makes the gunfights longer.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually a pretty clever way of thinking about it. Cause like my first friend slop game is I like if because I've roped this game into my comparison of it is Guns of Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
So like you play on an airship and you go and you fly around and you find the other players and you shoot them out of the sky, and the last player ship standing wins. There's AI ships, there's player ships, they're all going to shoot at you.
Right.
Just go fuck around and have fun. And it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Like, had a dude who didn't even like really like playing the game, he just liked hanging out on people's ships, and like, he would do odds and ends stuff. Like he was good at repairing stuff, but he wasn't good at the guns, and he
Yeah.
wasn't good at flying.
Yeah.
And so he popped in and he was literally like, do you guys mind if I just sung? And we were like, yeah, sure. And his name was like Luca the Bard. And so for an hour and a half, this dude just sang shanties exceptionally well through the prox chat. So as you'd be like, we're in the middle of a firefight and there's 3 of us trying to outmaneuver this enemy ship and fix stuff. And he's running around fixing stuff as fast as he can and singing the whole time. And we were like, the whole motivation to stay in the fight was we can't have Luca go down. Like, we have to stay in the fight to protect Luca.
Right, like the full gamer mode of the silliness, but like
Oh,
you
yeah.
take it so intensely because
It's
it's now part of your like curriculum.
it captivates the energy. Like,
Yeah.
you want to succeed because the like what's happening right now is just unreplaceably fun and
Right.
kind of wild. Like it's
Well,
a
the
little
thing
off the cuff.
the
It's a little
thing is you
bizarre.
never know if you're going to get that feeling again after that. So like really enjoy it when you can. Cuz that's the thing as well is like not every friend slop is going to feel this way for you. Some friend slops you're just not going to enjoy. Like don't get me wrong, I have fun with Phasmophobia, but because I get jump scared easily and my heart condition and everything, it doesn't bode well for my very existence to get jump scared. I tend to stay away from it just because it creeps me out. And that's unfortunately why I couldn't check out the one that Rookie has been enjoying as much as he wanted me to check it out because I can't. It's set in a creepy horror esque aesthetic, and I don't want to put myself in a position where people have to watch me have a live heart attack on stream. Like I don't want to be sitting there trying to play a game and I'm like
So I don't want to die live in 4K for the people at home.
yeah, like it's
That's
not
totally fair.
yeah, it's not just not going to be a good time because then people will have mental scarring and I won't be able to pay for therapy because I'll be dead. Like, so,
Yeah.
oh God.
There's man, I'm looking at so many games on Steam that are like it's really good that I have
Honestly, me and
Firm.
Billy and Key were talking about picking up a game called Monster Mop Up. Have you ever played Viscera Cleanup Detail?
Uh, yeah.
Like bucket simulator kind of thing?
Yeah.
Um, Monster Mop Up is like Viscera Cleanup Detail, only except it's with little monsters that you have to try and catch. And when I say little monsters, they're literally like little Furbies. And so
Ah, yes. I
I
see.
would also recommend Burgle and Gnomes because we've been having a lot of fun with that. We've pretty much just been trying to get a plethora of friend slot games going so that we're never bored. Like if we burn out on Valheim or something one night and we're just like, we don't really feel like playing it right now, we can be like, oh, well, let's play Burgle and Gnomes. Or if we're burnt out on that, we can play Far Far West or Total War Warhammer 3 or, Gamble with your friends. The list goes on. So like we never don't have anything to do, and when each game costs like $3 to $5, it's kind of hard to say no to it.
Yeah, that really stretches the like hard set like rigors of I can't just hawk money on games is like they're all so cheap.
Right. It it
Most of my
really
like
is.
regular friend group won't like with the exception of I think Brad and Matt
Yeah.
won't just go and like Chris suggested this game we should try it
Right.
because for a very long time I had I'm going to call it the rookie reputation where it was like every third day I was on a new
Mm,
friend swap game
right.
or like a new really cheap game that I bought on sale that had co-op. So I would pitch it to my friends and they would play it for a day with me. Yeah, sorry, bud, but I'm throwing you under right now because this was like, there was like 3 months where this was the case with you.
This is true.
Every other day, it was like, hey guys, I've got this sick new game you should all check out. And then we'd be like, no. And then the next day, you'd be on to something else anyway. So it was like, I've been vindicated because I didn't buy this game for $12. I would never have played. Not to mention this stream, it's been less than 2 hours and you've suggested two separate games. It's not that I don't want to play all of these games. It's that I don't have one, the money, and two, the time to just bounce
Yeah.
countless. And you buying me countless games does not help because now I'm like, okay, now I just don't have the fucking time. Like,
Yeah, it still comes down to the fact that no matter what, you don't have the time. In terms of
at the
like,
end of the day, I'm just gonna play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and we're gonna call it good.
yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, well, then that's the downside is like amongst all of our friends across our friend groups, you are definitely one of the ones that has the least amount of time out of all of us to sit and enjoy a game. Now,
And then I
it
had 2 days, no internet.
exactly. So it's very circumstantial that
No.
you keep getting screwed. Now, in a lot of ways, yes, a lot of the things that you're busy with has kind of been self-inflicted, but that's because you're just that kind of guy that likes to move around and do stuff. So I'm not going to blame you for that. Well, no, it's not a bad thing, but you're a very busy guy and you like to stay
Yeah,
busy. I don't
it'd be
think
like that sometimes.
you can't look at me in the face and say that you don't like to stay busy because as much as you talk about how you wish you weren't busy, you still keep putting things on your plate by the end of the week. And then you're like, well, I'll be doing this and this and this now. And it's like, well,
Remember that time
fuck.
I forgot we were putting a hitch on your Durango?
Yeah, I
And I
do.
think you were at the shop
I
and
do.
you messaged me and you were like, hey, what time are you getting here? We're doing the hitch today, right? And I was like,
Yeah, because you ended up forgetting and you went for lunch with your grandfather and because you were supposed to move a barbecue with him. And then we ended up going to the Comic-Con event
we
afterwards.
yeah, we still did it that morning, but I had to sprint out of the fucking house. Like I was not dressed or out of bed, and I saw your message, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, no,
And it was like
you were big panicking.
big panic, as fast as I could, broke every speed limit on the way, made it, got it done faster than we had originally anticipated once we discovered what was involved.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like I have time and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do with my time? And then
Right.
It's usually as I'm thinking that someone goes, hey, could you help me do this? I got to do this on the weekend. And I'm like,
And
brother, I got time.
and
And
because
then
yeah,
somebody
that's
else,
that's the problem. You're such a nice guy that it's like, oh yeah, I can work that into my schedule. No, stop, because now that's even more time you've lost for yourself.
it's, I don't know that it's that I'm nice. It's that I'm like, I, if I don't have something going on, that's just like, yeah, sure, we can, like, if you need help, we can do a thing.
Well,
I'm
that
not even concerned about it.
yeah, that's what I
But
mean
yes, I
though.
guess it is kind of it is me being nice a little bit, but like
Right,
it's also
which is
the like what
self-inflicted in
else
a
am I
way.
gonna do in that time?
That's what I mean though, is like when the time ever comes that you will actually not have anything to do, because the time will come. I guarantee you it will. This is inevitable. You can't put it off forever. But the problem is you've put it off for so long now that when the time actually does come that you are sitting at home with genuinely nothing to do, you're gonna sit there and go, I don't know what to do. I don't know, boss. I'm lost. I need orders. I need instructions. I need my pay.
That happened for 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. You need to reinvigorate yourself and get back in touch with your inner child and figure out what it is you like to
Interdegenerate.
do. Figure out what you like to do again. And that's the thing that I worry about with you quite frequently, if I'm being honest, is because like I see how much you push yourself and I see how much you do. And by God, if anybody is ever more appreciative of the things you do just in your day to day, I would like to meet them, because I fucking hold you in a higher regard than I hold myself. And I worry about the time when that moment happens and you just feel like the sky is falling down around you, fucking chicken run style. Like,
Sitting here ripping cigs, watching Chicken Little, starting to
yeah,
get mad because
like
nobody's listening to the
y-
fucking chicken.
you're gonna
The
you're gonna
next post
be
is a picture of drywall being punched in. Hey, we're listening to the fucking chicken, bro.
yeah, you are fully going to have the moment that the Porky Pig had in that movie when they all realized the sky was actually falling, and you start going like this with your hands and squealing and running around,
Yeah.
going, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. Like,
The bit that fucks me up the most, on like a weird personal note, since you've dragged my personal life into this. Um when I do pick up a game that everybody's playing,
yeah,
I don't have the time to play it with them. So by the time I get to it, almost everybody's moved on.
yeah,
So then when I get around to playing it, I have to crunch for it. And like I just thrash my way through it. You literally just watched me do that with Horizon 6,
yeah,
where I just blitzed my fucking ass through it as fast as I could just to be done the game as a baseline. And then playing with you and Tegan is like that's just a bonus for me. And then sometimes when I do stuff, like so right now, brand new house, discovery phase all around on this deal. We're learning the weird ins and outs of this house, and I'm trying to price things that should be done. I send Brad voice notes about it, and like I know that he wants to know this stuff,
yeah,
but I worry like my inset fear on it is that I'm telling him this stuff and I'm overloading him with information.
right,
So it starts as appreciation and it ends as God, Chris just told me something else about that house. Like we'll be there in 2 weeks.
right.
Like slow down. You
No,
know what I mean?
I get it. You're gonna feel like you've done too much, and
I already do. I like today actually I was sitting there and we were talking about I was kind of running him through my thinking on the garage and the insulation stuff. And I was like, this is something that you're going to have to think about. And it's probably like the 18th time I've told him that because it's his and Alexis's decision, not mine.
right,
Like if he was asking me, okay, how would you do it? Price it like that. I'd have a price for him.
right,
It's like this is what it's going to cost. And this is how we do it. And this is the longest serving way to do it.
Mhm.
Because I would just do the whole garage in R40. But I think from a cost effective perspective, we do the roof in R40 and the walls in R12. And then we poly and sheet it, and we're good. It's done. Not the most effective way, but it is the most cost effective, and it will work the best in the long run.
Right.
Stuff like the lights. There's a water leak in the house that I can't find.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's coming from the
Well-
chimney that the house inspection revealed, but I can't prove that.
Well, and I know the thing is you feel
Work
like
that I'm waiting on real contractors for. The thermostat. I found out today that the auto setting on the thermostat doesn't work.
What are you doing?
Literally.
I can't sleep.
Just as a
I can't sleep.
Yeah, keep
Oh.
talking. Give me a minute. Go.
So like I do worry occasionally that like I'm giving him all this information, and at the end of it he's gonna be like, yeah, so anyways, I don't remember anything you told me because you told me too much all the time. Oops, fuck. But yeah, so anyways, all I have to say is I still really want to play Marathon, and none of my friends play it anymore. And when I bring it up, nobody wants to play it. So if anybody we know owns Marathon in the chat, can message me. I will play Marathon. I thought it was really fun, and nobody else seemed to agree with me. I got hit with the rookie syndrome on that. It's like, this game's really fun, and then everybody's like, no, it's not. So yeah, I'm just kidding. I actually haven't really wanted to go back to it. I haven't had the time to like want to. Have so many games to play. You ever been sat, Ricky? I know I'm really playing with your heartstrings on this one. You ever been sat for 2 days, no internet, and you've got nothing to do but stare at your Steam library, and then suddenly the J Schlatt question becomes perfectly clear to you? It's like, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no games, or games? Unlimited games, but no games. Because that's where I'm at. I am absolutely firmly in Camp B at this point. I got unlimited games. And then I think it was Tuesday. I had the whole day. I didn't have anywhere to be. I was just hanging out at home. And it's like, no games. What do I play?
Right.
Only half of these require an internet connection. So like I could play Balatro, Grid Legends, Jump Space, Farming Sim, Escape from Duckov, Dirt Rally. I could play Black Ops 3. I could play Bleach.
Yeah, that's true.
Space Marine 2.
Yeah,
Risk of Rain 2.
We haven't played that in a little while.
Yeah. Like I have all of these games I can play without needing an internet connection.
I meant Bleach for clarification.
Yes, I kind of figured. And like none of them were games I wanted to play.
Right.
It's like, and the other problem with that was, for whatever reason, and this was something I didn't know was going to happen, Good Old Games signed me out of my account. So the last time I went to go and play Cyberpunk, and I couldn't, because I couldn't sign into my account without an internet connection. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
not
the
good.
one game I kind of want to play, and I cannot play it. Fuck. So I played Slay the Spire for 5 days.
Yeah,
and now I'm really excited for Slay the Spire too.
A lot of people have been playing that lately. Like
Slay the Spire's a solid game. Like, it's still very fun.
I haven't gotten to play it yet.
I highly recommend it.
That's the deck builder, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Billy was telling me about that because I like playing deck builders.
Slay the Spire 2 is in early access right now, so fucking don't mind if I do. Continue to payment. Correct.
Oh, you're
I
buying
didn't know
it?
it was out. I'm buying the second one.
Fair enough.
I didn't know the sequel was out, and that it could be played. So that's cool, actually.
Yeah, I'll eventually get the first one and play that through first, and then get the second one.
So the first one, I actually think is 100% worth like any purchase price. It's probably on sale right now, to be very honest with you.
I think it is for like $7 and something.
Bro, if it's on sale for $7, buy it. Yeah, $8.
I can't.
It's
I can't. I got no money.
what do you mean?
Yeah, when I said I was gonna buy Gambling with Your Friends for you and Matt, I was fully intending on using my credit card for that, but in reality, I do not have that.
Yeah, it's valid. But like I totally relate to that. I played at the truck today, and that's where we at.
Yeah.
So like Slay the Spire is good. The base game, you have 3. I think the game calls them heroes, but that's kind of
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
You should throw up some gameplay of Slay the Spire for the people at home, because I think we're kind of done with gambling with your friends.
Well, we got like 10 minutes left at most.
Yeah.
This.
So you've got the, I think it's the warrior, the hunter, and the broken.
Mm-hmm.
The hunter and the broken. I'd have to look at it. I can't remember, but they're 3 archetypes, and they have 3 different card types that belong to them. And then as you play with them, and you climb the spire to try and escape it, you collect more cards. You collect relics, which affect your deck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
so this is the broken.
It's not like I haven't played a deck builder before. This is just, the way the card system itself works is pretty much identical to Hearthstone, which is the most active deck builder I've played. But I have played a lot of others, and so like this is very reminiscent.
Yeah, but you never have to play against other people, which is beautiful.
You don't have to in Hearthstone either.
No, but
there's an online option, but Hearthstone actually does have like a story mode to it. You can just play against.
I'm aware it has a story mode, and like you can play as each of the like characters' stories.
You can play as the pivotal leaders of each of the class factions. Like Gul'dan's the warlock. Proudmoore is the mage. Yeah.
So its versatility in deck building is a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows for lots of fun potentials. When you finish the base game, like you finish the 3rd act, because the map is divided into acts 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
It unlocks a 4th character. You have to beat the boss of the 3rd act to unlock this. And it's the 4th character is, I think, called the Watcher. And you have to ascend the tower while collecting key fragments. And then if you can complete the boss fight on the 3rd floor with all of the key fragments, it unlocks the final boss, which is the heart, which you occasionally see as you progress your way up. And you have to kill the heart. And only by doing that do you finish the game. And then you're done, and you're like, okay, what do I do now? I've got all the unlocks. I've finished the game.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the Steam Workshop and you download a mod called Downfall.
Yeah.
And its Megacrit has officially endorsed the mod. What Downfall does is it unlocks the ability to play as the bosses from different acts.
Oh, okay.
And you play in reverse, and you descend the tower as the boss, and each of the act bosses, as you continue your progression back down, are the heroes that you can play.
Oh.
So Downfall also adds a 4th character called the Hunter. The Hunter?
Right.
Yeah, I think his name is the Hunter. And he's a gunslinger. It's his whole shtick. So, and he has like a special card effect system that's actually a lot of fun. It's as for a game that costs $8. How long? I think I paid pretty similar to that. Steam says I've put 60 hours into it. I think realistically, I'm probably closer to like 200 because I've owned it on iOS and Android. I owned it on Switch. I owned it on my PlayStation. I owned it on my Xbox,
Yeah.
and I've owned it on Steam.
Okay.
Like every time this game has gone on sale and the opportunity to purchase it has come up, I have purchased it. It's really cheap, endless fun. And like I like deck builders because they're easy. You don't have to think about a lot. You just read the card and it does that thing.
Yeah.
And the boss fight mechanics are cool. The character mechanics are interesting. Like
Well-
the silence, which is that green guy, his whole shtick is poison.
Well, and that's
So
to be
you
brutally
build for
honest,
poison.
that's why I've enjoyed Hearthstone so much, is because it's based around the lore and characters of like a whole like universe of story that I have been fully engulfed in for years now, and I mean like decades. Like World of Warcraft came out in 2001, and I've been playing it pretty much since I could understand how to use a mouse and keyboard. So like I think I started playing it in 2003ish. So I was 5 when I started playing it. Pretty much the same age I started getting Tegan to play on the computer with me. And then Hearthstone comes out, and it's like, fuck, a card game, a deck builder based off of this whole universe of content and lore that I have spent the better part of my life playing. What's not to love about it? And so like I don't
Yeah.
have to think about anything. I can just create a deck on the fly and just enjoy my time. And like it's one of those games where I genuinely don't care whether I win or lose. It's just fun to see how the game plays out, you know?
Yeah.
And so yeah, no, I'll definitely eventually check it out. There's actually been another one I've been playing that's it's not similar in terms of Slay the Spire. It is a deck builder, but it's a also a turn-based strategy game. It's called Thaumaturge. Basically, think of Jack the Ripper style investigators, like your detective, set in like the world of like John Constantine. So you're an investigator. You're an investigator trying to figure out otherworldly crimes, but you have magic as an ally to try and beat whatever gets in your way. And the way you use your magic is through deck building. And so each turn, when it's your turn, you choose what actions you want to do the way you would with a normal turn based strategy game. But instead of, your actions being like, do you want to run? Do you want to shoot? Do you want to, try to do whatever the game requires you to do? Your actions are based off of what spell you're going to do. Are you going to do an offensive spell? Are you going to do a defensive spell? Are you going to do a support spell? Stuff like that. So I've actually been having a lot of fun with that because it's got two of the most enjoyable game genres for me because I really enjoy turn-based strategy. I don't know if you've noticed or anything between my love of Battle Sector and Gears Tactics, um, and all the others I have because I think at this point I actually have 23 turn-based strategy games, and I also really enjoy deck builders because I've actually got like 7 or 8 of them in my Steam library right now, but I've only played 2 or 3 of them so far just because I haven't had a lot of time to actually sit and enjoy them. Oh yeah, no, Rookie Gears is a lot of fun. Not just the actual Gears of War franchise.
Hold on, Ricky. Have you never played Gears of War?
Yeah, yeah. If you haven't played Gears, maybe instead of buying us games because we don't have them, you should be buying the Gears games for yourself, my guy.
They're literally about to put out E-Day, which is
They already did.
extremely important.
E-Day's out. You can buy it. People have been playing
Is
it.
it?
Yeah. So honestly, all of the Gears games really good, and there's only one that isn't multiplayer, and they're actually trying to redo it so that the servers are multiplayer. Gears of War 1, the original one, used to be multiplayer, but the servers are no longer active for it, so they're trying to redo it so that the servers can be revamped. But you've got from start to finish, you've got Gears of War E-Day, which literally takes place the day of the emergence when it happened, hence E-Day. You've got Gears of War Judgment, Judgment Day, I want to think it's called. The one where
Judgment Day.
the one where you play Baird when he's still just a captain.
Yeah.
And then Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, uh, Gears of War 3, 4, 5, and then Gears Tactics, which technically Gears Tactics takes place in between E-Day and sorry, no, it Gears Tactics is really weird because it technically takes place before E-Day, back when like the scouts of the I'm trying to remember the name now. I always remember the Lambent, but the actual name of the underground race that you're fighting against the whole time, I can't remember their fucking name now.
Oh,
God damn it. Yeah, because I always remember the
they're not called the Locust, right?
Yes, they are the Locust. I always remember the Lambent because the Lambent become more predominant in the second one of like, okay, why are these things volatile suddenly? No, the Locust, when they were just sending their scouts to the surface and trying to figure out when they can do their emergence and attack the humans. Gears Tactics technically takes place before E-Day because it's during the whole scouting and stuff, which is why you're still fighting the Locust. Because in actually one of the very first missions, when you do run into the Locust, the very first thing that gets said is, "What the hell are those things?" But yet on E-Day, when E-Day happened, by then the COG and the military forces already knew what they were. It's just they didn't know when they were going to attack. So yeah, it goes Gears Tactics, E-Day, Judgment Day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and E-Day is the only one I haven't played, just in general. But E-Day is also the only one I haven't played on stream. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. Like honestly, Gears of War has some of the most tear-jerking moments that I've ever played in video games. Like there was actually one in particular. It was during Gears of War 2. You've played Gears, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like you remember in Gears of War 2 with Santiago in the truck scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me and Fred actually stopped streaming after the events of that mission because I was so torn up about it that I didn't want to continue on stream. I needed a solid day to just kind of sit on that and digest it. So after that whole cutscene was over, I was just like, you know what? Fuck this game. We're stopping here for the night. And Fred was like, that's completely understandable. Which I honestly almost did that after the events of the first one with Maria. That was
Oh yeah.
that
Yeah.
was really fucking hard to sit there and watch.
The Gears games really like to just absolutely destroy their players.
And they're good at doing it too. That's what makes it feel so real.
They're so good.
Oh, whatever happened to Black Mesa? Black Mesa has been pushed to the back burner along with a lot of other games because my schedule is changing a lot more than I thought it would in recent months. And it's going to be changing more because I'm going to be actually going back to streaming only uh, 4 days a week instead of six because the 2 days that I'm sacrificing will be going towards the new method of content creation I'm doing, which will be making walkthrough videos and playthrough videos of games that have high popularity. So Billy's going to work with me on that, kind of like as a partnership thing, because he's going to start getting back into content creation as well. And that's what he's done. And he literally has like multiple videos on his channel that have like over 40,000 views each because they're just simple walkthrough videos. So what he does is he takes a game that's very well known and liked, like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, and he'll play the game for an hour or two and just play through the simple missions. and then he'll cut the video up into one mission at a time, and he'll just do a voiceover explaining what he's doing and why you need to do it. And he's got a video he made 8 years ago that's still generating views for him today. So I'm gonna start doing that to pump up the numbers on my YouTube side of things, so that I can start getting revenue from YouTube as well as Twitch. So yeah, once the games on Thursdays are done, so like once I'm done Prey on Thursdays usually, then I'm gonna stop like putting new games in that slot, and then I'm gonna try and figure out what other day I'm gonna do next, which might be there might be a day where I might actually have to just double it up, because I'm not going to cancel the podcast. That's just not happening. And I've been having a lot of fun with the friend slop game on Tuesdays. But if there was a day of the week I was going to cancel as my secondary, it would probably be my friend slop, just because it's not the one that's really winning any viewership or anything. It's just for fun. Because like Fridays I'm using for my big stream, like big franchise games. Saturday is in the next week or two going to be becoming my D&D game day, and Mondays has been the Souls-like, which is the one where we do get a lot of views and a lot of interest. So it just doesn't make sense to cut out any other day except for Thursday, which is one of the only days of the week that I stream by myself, and then Tuesday, because that's the day that's literally just for fun, just for something to do. So,
Yeah,
and then I'd
that's
probably,
valid.
yeah, I'd probably rework it so like I would do that like Thursday, Friday kind of thing, and then I would stream Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know, like I'd put Batman in the Tuesday slot or something. So we got to see how it plays out, but that's why that will not be happening probably anytime soon. But yeah,
Very fair, very fair. Very cool, very cash money.
yeah. Well, I mean, I got to think of ways to keep this going, right? Like, streaming is fun, but at the end of the day, it's just not jumping up in numbers as fast as I would like now that I'm taking it semi-serious. So I would like to do something to jump up YouTube's numbers to try and offset the money I'm making from Twitch every month. And then we can just keep growing from there.
Yeah. Nowhere to go but up, as they say. And on that cliff drop, probably call it.
Yep. And remember, close your eyes before you hit the ground.
Anyways, this has been the Tangent Room.
Yeah.
I'm Will, he's Chris. We'll catch you guys next week when we talk about how apparently underfunded the PA Fire Department is.
Yeah. Yes, we will. And I want that to be in a positive light, not in a negative light, because I'm not by any means balking these guys. What they do is amazing work. But
I'm just still confused as to how that was the take, but we'll find out more.
Yeah.
On the next run.
Yes,
you're gonna have to do some real research on this one, because that's still crazy work.
But yes, we will see you all tomorrow for more Batman.
Hell yeah. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.